So I'm Joyce Brown, the arts and culture, actually, the community and partnerships person. And I'd like to start with a really exciting fact. So in 2011, the ethnically diverse population of Cornwall was 1.86%. This year, as of last year actually, it's at 3.2%, so that's nearly doubled, and it's growing. That makes me really excited, and it also gives me an excellent job, because my job is to support our growing ethnically diverse community by providing them with opportunities to find each other, to relate, to feel represented, but also to support the businesses, organisations and Cornish communities who can thrive off of the back of the thriving of our ethnically diverse community. So I love my job. I should also say as well, I'm actually not one of the founders. I joined as a member and I just wouldn't leave. So I'm still here. They can't get rid of me. So, oh, yes, our technology's working. So our vision is for an inclusive Cornwall. We want to make sure that everybody has a sense of belonging. It's a one and all ethos, right? Which is the slogan for Cornwall, on and haggle to all. So we want to make sure that we're leading that way. We want to make sure that we're the change makers. Cornwall's got a fantastic history of being leaders and change makers, and we want to keep that going. We want to show people that ethnically diverse communities can thrive, can survive, can get better, and that it's good for everybody, but particularly good for those ethnically diverse communities. So increasing representation, increasing social cohesion, bringing about policy changes that are meaningful, that will last, that are accessible, and also working on business practices. I've got 5 jazzy little titles for my project. So community research, travelling, community forum, online forum, the community app, and our professional network. Our community research, this was a really interesting one, because the first idea was, right, we're going to go to 18 different towns, we're going to set up a stall, and we're going to engage with people, we're going to see if there are people there, we're going to see what the need is. And then we thought, hold on, we don't even know who is where. We know that there's 3.2% of the population, but where are they? Who are they? What do they look like? What's their socioeconomic status? We have no idea, there is no information. So that's where we wanted to start, so we figured, right, let's get to the highest footfall places. And so this year, we're going to be starting by attending local events where we've got a nice high footfall. We're probably going to have a great mix of people. Our strategy to do this is to engage our volunteers. We're really, really lucky. We've got some incredible volunteers. Hi, Mum. She made the tree. We've got some incredible volunteers who come along. Hi, Sig. We've got some incredible volunteers who come and help with all of these things, and it's really, really important that this isn't just coming from us. It's got to be our volunteers who are out there engaging with the community as well. So harnessing our volunteers, create some resources so we can go out there, we can create an engaging stand and get people to come and interact with us. And the reason that we want to do that is so we can get some of this data. If we can get people to sign up for membership, we can find out where those people are, what their concerns are, what their age group is, and we can start to work out where our services are most needed or are lacking. We're then going to work on a community forum. So there's a few ways around this. This is very early phase, and this is going to take about 3 years really to get off the ground. We want to start a community kitchen, and we want a community hub. We want a safe space for people to come, to feel like they can sit with others who represent themselves. We also want allies to come on as well. This isn't just for the ethnically diverse communities. This is about people who are just interested in unity, people who are interested in equality, and people who are interested in diverse cultures. That's very much, as I say, in the research stages. If anybody's interested in finding out more, or they've got any suggestions for me about where I can find a nice hub, please do let me know. I need a building. I need some people to run it. Really excitingly, African Voice Federation in Bristol are going to be working with us. They've contacted Cowetha Cornwall, who also work with ethnically diverse children, to support them down in Penzance, and we're going to look at starting a Saturday school. When I was a child, I got to go to something called the Africa Centre, where I learned about my Black history, and I learnt about where I came from, and a slightly different narrative to perhaps the history that we're delivered in school now. And we think it's really important that ethnically diverse children have that opportunity, as well as an opportunity to connect and play with each other as well. Cornwall Council, this is really exciting, and again in process. We're actually looking to do some co-design, which is a bit of a term, I know. The idea being that ethnically diverse people can sit with their local councillors, based off the back of the research that we've got from our research project, and and they can tell them what their concerns are. They can have a part and a say in how their community looks for them, because we need to hear those voices so we know that we're serving those voices correctly. And last but not least, the community kitchen as well. I'm currently in talks with an organisation who have an allotment, and they work with young people to grow vegetables. And we think it would be really exciting to get kids out there, getting their hands dirty, growing their own veg, and then cooking together. So those are our initial ideas, and anyone who knows me knows don't stop me now. It'll probably be 10 more things by the end of the week, but that's where we're at the minute. Our online forum, this was kind of, so I've got a bit of a background in marketing and I'm a bit of a geek. I love social media. I won't read through all of this, don't worry. But in the first quarter, so the last 3 months since we've had our funding, we've been able to reach our community 12,979 times. And we intend to grow our digital forum. So at the moment, we're particularly active on Instagram and Facebook, but we intend to grow that. We want to make sure that people in Cornwall have social media pages, have places that they can go. We also want allies to have those pages and places that they can go to. This is for everybody in the community to understand, to see the representation, to share their voices. We're also we've just introduced actually a newsletter, which that's better. Sorry, I'm moving around a lot, aren't I? That's better. A newsletter which our members are going to end up managing for us, and with that comes a members access page so that they have access to the first opportunities with volunteering and membership. Again, the demographics, the engagement, and how we reach out to people and how we grow is all going to be based off of the previous research that we've done, and a little bit of my geeky data analytics, which I will not bore you with now. At the moment, our output has gone up by 220%, and we've got a 165.6% uplift in the engagement that we have, so we know we're doing a really good job, and we're going to keep doing that, basically. Our community app. This is a really fun and interesting idea. We all love an app. And this works in two ways. This works for the people who live in Cornwall, but this also works for the people visiting. A lot of the time, those who come to visit the county can feel a little bit isolated if they are ethnically diverse. We have heard feedback from people that they've either experienced racism and not known where to go, or that they don't really feel that Cornwall's the place for them. So how do we make that better, and how do we make sure that we're catering to our local cohorts? We create an app. So part of that will be listing events and happenings. That's going to be in conjunction with Abby and Abby's work. We're going to list safe spaces, and this is going to be like a bit of a TripAdvisor. If your building, if your restaurant, if your hotel is a safe space, if you are inclusive, if you've taken on some training, then people can rate you on that. If you're not welcoming, people can rate you on that. Let's let the people speak their voice. Let's hold those businesses accountable, but also let's celebrate the businesses that are taking those active steps towards actually being more inclusive and keeping it as a safe space. There will be an opportunity for people to connect, so if you're outside of the county but you're going to an event and you'd like to meet some new people, you can connect via your profile. Alternatively, if you live in the county and you just want to hook up with people, that's the idea. There will be some safety nets in amongst that. And finally, to signpost services. It's really important for us as an organisation that we're always communicating to people where their services are. And that also has to include intersectionality as well. So we'll be working in partnership. We're very lucky to be strategic partners with Pride, with organisations like Pride, or like St Petrox, like we are with you, to make sure that people have those services as and when they need them. And the professional network. Some of you in the room, hi Kim, hi Mark, will know that I'm never off the phone. I love professional and a business. So this is really exciting. The first thing we're going to do is hold a yearly conference called the Elevate Conference, and the idea of this is to promote ethnically diverse people into the workplace, ethnically diverse-led businesses, and to allow local employers to access that talent and to promote themselves as an organisation that would like to integrate that talent into their business. We will have some talks. We're also going to be delivering our social sustainability training packages to people, and we're going to have ethnically diverse people speaking so that people can see the representation of the excellence that we do have in this county as well. Very lucky to have the support of Cornwall Marine Network, Chamber of Commerce and Swig Finance for that, so thank you very much to you for your continued support. And this is my favourite project. This is my absolute favourite project. And again, thank you to Cornwall Marine Network for the huge amount of support that they've given us for this. This is an intersectionality project. I won't go too far into it, but the idea being is that, yes, I'm a person of colour, but I'm a woman of colour, so there we go, intersectionality times 2. If you're a gay person of colour, if you're a person of colour who's over the age of 65, if you're a person of colour who uses substances, where's that consideration? How do we as networks support each other to support our communities? Because you're not just one thing, we're so many things. So we asked ourselves, what would rural areas look like if charitable organisations were able to support each other, communicate more directly and share knowledge and workloads? And that's what this project is going to deliver. We're rolling the pilot out, as I say, thanks to Cornwall Marine Network this year. And we hope that what it will do is allow all of the charitable organisations who are under an awful lot of stress with very small budgets to share their workloads, work a little bit smarter and not harder, share that data, share those demographics, but also provide signposting and support so that we can catch everybody and no one slips through the net. And I think, and that's it, that's me. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone.